Hey, baby. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Start in a couple of minutes. Hope everyone is blessed. We will start in a couple of minutes. Hey guys, I'm going to start the stream in a moment. Just putting it in our story and we'll get cracking in. Just give me 1 minute. Okie dokie. CoinCasso. Okay. Cool. All right. Hope everyone's well. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday to ye. Week is flying, and so is Bitcoin as it goes right now. So is Bitcoin. Now, let's take a look as to why. Just give me 30 seconds. Just one more thing. Okay. Just make sure we're good. Yeah, we're good. Okay. Here we go. So, let me share my screen. Not too much to talk. Actually, there is actually something to talk about fundamentally today. Let me just pull this up and we'll talk about a couple of things. I think we've just had some data out and I'm going to explain that. So share screen. There we go. Okay. First things first, you've seen Bitcoin today is up almost double digits. Well, we have been high as double digits. We're up just around 9.5%. Right now, just as I speak. You can see a nice push to the upside. Now, I want to speak about this technically in a moment because I did note of a potential near-term short before we rallied, but that was largely cancelled out and we extended aggressively to the upside. And I did note that we're going to push to the upside at some point, but let me speak about that in a moment. First things first. Okay, it wasn't data today, it's tomorrow. One thing I want you to keep an eye on tomorrow, by the way, and it's important that we just note this together, okay? Tomorrow, we have US CPI data, so inflation from the United States. Now, this is expected to come out higher, which just is going to be further reason for the central bank, the Fomc. Remember, we've got this fella here, Jerome Powell, to show you. This little bugger. Jerome Powell. Oh, spelled his name wrong. Here. Yeah, so we've got Jerome Powell. He's the chair of the Federal Reserve. Him and his team, his crew, will be setting interest rates next week, and I'll show you that on the calendar in a moment. But with inflation rising, they're going to be rising, increasing interest rates, try and cool down inflation because it's just been rising so drastically. It's been not just in the US, but across the globe. Now, this is one of the reasons, as a reminder, I know I keep saying it, but it's just important that we note fundamentally this sell-off for Bitcoin. One of the catalyst, the real key catalyst was markets starting to pricing expectations of rate rises to come from the FOMC. So markets pricing this in. It's all priced in now, there or thereabouts. So that's why we're selling off for Bitcoin, because interest rates or the rate of return was going to be going up on government bonds. Okay, so government bonds. Which means you get a higher return on a government bond, which is a safe haven, safe asset to invest in. So we saw some outflows from crypto and putting it into the government bonds. So that's what was going on, okay? Now, look, let's speak about this technically in a moment. Just one last thing, actually. So just stay tuned. If you're joining, welcome. Just covering the fundamental points at the moment, okay? So Bitcoin has a chance. So you note the title of the stream. FOMC could be the key, for a real big buying scenario to come into play. So let me just pull this up on the calendar here, right? Next week. Let's keep clicking a minute. So next Wednesday, we have the central bank setting interest rates, right? Now, look, we haven't got the expectations there, but the general consensus is for them to hike by 0.25%, to taking interest rates up by a quarter basis point up to 0.50%. Now, some dollar bulls, want an increase of 50 basis points rather than 25 basis points. What does that mean, Ken? Well, look, if they were to hike by 50 basis points on Wednesday, Bitcoin gets hit. This bull scenario gets hit. We come down and we sell off. If they just hike by 25 basis points, as expected, meet the expectations there, the consensus, Bitcoin rallies because we're not hiking faster. We're not hiking by more than what the general market's expecting. With that being said, that means, we can continue to rally in Bitcoin, because, it's better for Bitcoin if the FOMC don't raise as fast and as aggressive. So keep an eye on this next week with me, okay? Keep an eye on this. This is on Wednesday, the 16th of March. You want to mark this one in your calendar, okay? And be aware of it because we're going to see some volatility across the financial markets. And obviously, yours are not mine. Bitcoin, our general cryptocurrency holdings, our general portfolios. So I want you to keep an eye on that with me, okay? Hope you're doing well, Jonas. Welcome. Thank you for joining again. So Yellen really pumped the market, or is it another bull trap? Yeah, so those comments from Yellen, the leaked document was actually quite bullish, actually. In the grand scheme of her language, she's actually supportive of integrating, that cryptocurrencies or digital currencies have a future in the economy. So that helped as well, actually. Just good you mentioned that point. So we did have some comments, a leaked document from the US Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen. She's to deliver that, I believe, tomorrow. But that they put it up on the website by mistake and it got quickly retracted. You can just see here, I read it on here. So look, Janet lets it slip. So remember that executive order on crypto, the Treasury was to issue a statement in response to Biden's executive order on cryptocurrency, right? And this was leaked. Okay, so the document was leaked, but then removed. And it's being received quite positive. The people that got a quick look of that leaked document from Yellen, from the Treasury, is being deemed as quite positive, bullish for the cryptocurrency market. So the statement, someone commenting here, picking up that digital asset innovation is what could result in substantial benefits to the nation. So that's actually pretty bullish, that comment there. And there's some others as well. So this being quite warmly received. Not doom and gloom on, too much on, strict regulation parameters. Obviously, I said this before, regulation and framework in the long run is probably going to be good for cryptocurrency anyway. Okay, so that has helped the crypto markets as well, sparking a bit of optimism, a bit of bullishness there after that was being leaked. Okay, so that's the fundamentals out of the way. Now let's talk about everything technical, baby. So let me just bring this chart view into play here. So remember yesterday, right? I did actually place a short on BTC just for a potential near-term downside first. And obviously, I wanted to see that downside before I saw the upside, but not proven to be the case. Obviously, earlier in the week, I noted how obviously this trend line was going to come into play, and every time that we tap this, we've bounced quite aggressively to the upside. You'll see that again on as I drop down and work my way to the lower time frames in a moment. But I did say that, wanted to see this wick being filled. Mark my words, I was wrong about my near-term trade of wanting to see that come down first, just because of that. I spotted that bearish flag. Remember, we'll go over that in a moment. But ultimately, this week, I wanted to see this wick being filled, and it is being filled. Just simple technical analysis. I've seen this time and time again where these wicks need to be filled. Look, wick needed to be filled. Yeah. Look, wick there needs to be filled. I'm trying to find a classic example of this one. But anyway, I said this at the start of the week. And anyway, we are filling that wick to the upside. If I just go on a daily. Okay, so the daily, you can see, as I mentioned yesterday, we wanted to see that closure. We formed this morning star formation. We wanted to see that closure above, okay, just to validate a recovery for Bitcoin. And obviously, so are we very much seeing that, okay? So we had this morning star form, and then the next candlestick closed above that, and then we extended to the upside, okay? So real bullish scenario playing out there, and where to next, Ken? So right now we're trying to break down 42K, okay? We're flirting with this resistance here, 42,000. You can see the current daily trying to push above that right now, the body of the candlestick. Obviously, if we get that closure above, we're going to continue to push to the north. You can see where we're going. We can look at this together, and we know where we're going here. We're going right up for sort of 45K, right? Just this wedge structure here. So if we just drop down to the 4-hour minute now, you can see at present, we're going sort of to retest that 42K area. Remember before I explained this as to why we previously took those shorts last week on Friday when we hit target there, because we'd broken back below this support. We retested it, we rejected it, we formed a flag, and then we sold. But now look, you see, initially, this was today, early hours today, acted as resistance. Okay, we got sent back down a little bit, consolidated, and then now we've managed to break back above, and we're going for a retest at the moment, okay? So we're going for a retest and see if this is going to hold. Is the head and shoulders invalidated now? What one, Jonas? What time frame are you talking about? And I'll cover that. Okay. What this could prove to be, by the way, as well, guys, this 42 doesn't hold. We could end up just being a fake out. You know, we fake out above that area of resistance, and then we suck back below. That's sort of a false breakout of that, because it looks like we've broken above on this 4-hour. But then if that retest, if we don't hold above that, that's a false breakout, and then we come back. Right. This move is quite chunky. So, you know, you've always got to remember when we have very one-directional moves, you know, like this, look, very one-directional. We have to make way for consolidation and necessary pullbacks before then, again, resuming to the upside. That's just normal technical analysis, right, guys? Pump, 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 consolidation, pullback, technical correction, profit-taking, then we extend to the upside, okay? Rally to the upside, consolidation. Are we going to get a needed pullback before then further resuming to the upside? Now, keep an eye on, as I say, this data tomorrow, right? US CPI tomorrow. Sorry, let's get it up. Because if that does come in higher, that will stimulate the bulls tomorrow. That will stimulate dollar bulls. That will stimulate FOMC bulls. But it could knock Bitcoin a little bit. Okay, because markets will get overexcited and over-aroused and think the FOMC next week are going to raise by 50 basis points rather than 25 basis points just because inflation's higher. But I don't think they will. I don't think Jerome Powell will want to move that aggressively. Okay, so, you know, and then Bitcoin obviously is able to rally if they only hike by 25 basis points, okay, the FOMC next week, right? So just keep an eye on this sort of retest right now. But as I say, we do have reason or excuse to potentially consolidate here around this region, just like as we did here on the 5th of February before extending to the upside. The 4-hour, so, okay, so this is the head and shoulders I assume you're looking at. So left shoulder here, head, and a right shoulder. Yes, that's still potentially in play. That's still very much potentially in play. Because remember, I was looking for it at this region here, but obviously we've still got that right shoulder. It's valid. Okay, I tell you why it's valid, Jonas, is because it's still. If this was bigger than the head, fell down lower than the head, then it's invalid. But the fact that it's still above that there, that's still a valid head and shoulder structure for me, okay? All right, look, the time's 444. Okay, quickly make a wish, guys. 444. Quickly make a wish with me. I'm just quickly making mine. Okay. Bam. Okay, there we go. I made mine. So I hope you've got similar to me as well. I hope you've got the same as me. Oh, my delivery. Okay, so what can I do to start getting into trading and start learning the basics? Could I be honest with you, David? Go just before I carry on talking about this market stuff with Bitcoin, just do this, okay? Look, on this channel that you're on right now, CoinCasso, what I've been doing over the past few weeks, it's for beginners as well. I've been talking about technicals, you know, how you read the charts, how I'm sort of reading it and breaking it down now. So go and check these How to Trade Crypto series, okay? Start off with EP1. We've got EP2 here, EP3, 3 and EP4, okay? I'm going to continue that next week. I was supposed to put up another episode today, but I'm going to continue it next week, okay, on Monday. That'll go up Monday. I need to go further into supply and demand strategy. But yeah, please, David, check that out. Or just sort of Google searches. Okay, so that head and shoulders still valid, by the way. Jonas. Okay, still worth keeping an eye on. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. And obviously our neckline's here as part of that upper acting, that resistance right now. Okay, you can see that, right? So that, yes, the answer to your question, that is valid. So maybe, look, guys, maybe we just do a bit of consolidation here, forming a flag, maybe sort of like this price action here, before, again, just doing this and having a nice breakout to the upside. You see, like here, sort of consolidate. We're at a big area anyway. It's only right that maybe we consolidate for a little bit before we get firm commitment. And obviously, we need to see a bit of a technical correction because it's quite one directional, bit of a breather from the bulls, and then we go and extend to the upside, okay? So yes, that's what I'm looking at there for Bitcoin. Now, the big bull scenarios, given this headline of this video, right? I just want to remove these. Let's remove this a minute. So the big bull scenario is this, by the way, guys. So I hope you can sort of see this with me. Oh, still got my drawing tool on. Oh, you bugger. All right, so this. Yeah, I remember I spoke about this a little while ago. For some reason, it was removed on here. So it's a double bottom, one bottom, two bottom. The neckline, remember, is up here, or is here, okay? So this is our neckline of our double bottom at 46K. So for anyone that doesn't know what double bottom is, I did mention it in my video, okay? In one of my videos, this is a double bottom, okay? So look, we come down, one bottom, come to neckline, second bottom. You see that? Look at this, guys. Yeah, come down, one bottom, come to neckline, second bottom. And then what happens when we come to that neckline again? We sort of break out, retest, and we further extend to the upside. And look, just as they've sort of rightly so, as a rule of thumb, really, it is the commence of a trend to the upside of a bull trend. But as a rule of thumb, when you're trading double bottoms, you're looking for the distance between the bottom, 1, 2, to the neckline, okay, for the equivalent move to the upside, okay? So, in theory, as initial bout of strength to the upside for Bitcoin, and that would make sense. Look where it would be taking us to, guys. More or less a retest of our big head and shoulders that we had up here. Look. Remember, look, left shoulder, head, right shoulder. So we'll be coming up for a big retest of that up here, okay? So do watch out for that with me, guys, okay? Please do watch out for that with me. So we've got a couple of bullish confluences here. So should we just quickly go over them, right? Just for quickly refresh your memory. So our first bullish confluence is, all right, look, we're already filling this wick, so we still got more of that wick to fill. Our second bullish confluence is this double bottom that we've just covered there, 1, 2. Our third bullish confluence is potentially this inverse head and shoulders on the 4-hour. Left, head, right shoulder. So you see the big bull scenario right now for Bitcoin there. All right. What else is happening across the market? By the way, so one thing just to note, actually, I forgot, well, I did mention it earlier in the week, didn't I? I was speaking about XRP and how that case, that SEC case, I was doing a lot of reading, okay? A lot of reading, listening to some, I listened to a couple of podcasts as well, but it was mainly reading. And this outstanding case between Ripple and the SEC, they say a lot of experts are expecting that Ripple wins this case. They beat the SEC. So remember all this big sell-off that we had for XRP previously, yeah? Back in 2021, this huge crash in May. Was it in May? Oh, I think it was May. We had a massive crash anyway for XRP. I believe it might have been this move here. And everyone was thinking, no, it wasn't that one. It wasn't that one. It was here. It was this one. In December. Okay, it was this one. Yeah. We had this big crash here in XRP and everyone's worried, thought, oh, is it going to zero? Okay, and that was because of that SEC case. No, it wasn't. I can't remember when it was. It was a while ago. Anyway, sorry, my brain's frazzled. Anyway, XRP previously crashed because of this freaking SEC case. But it looks likely that the SEC are going to lose against to Ripple. So my point is, given XRP, the technology it is, right, and how many banks, the big banks that are in the waiting to really leverage the F out of XRP and just the technology in general of Ripple, right? They're waiting to leverage the F out of it, but it's just waiting for this case to get out of the way. So when that does, and I think in November they said they expect the hearing to be over, what do you think is going to happen to XRP? It's going to go and freaking rip the arse out of itself to the upside. And we're going to push north. And just while I'm speaking now, I'm spotting a bit of a bull flag here, you know, on XRP. Look at that. Bull flag. Yeah. Does look bullish. So, and then look with me a minute, guys. Don't go anywhere. Look with me a minute. Okay. Look. Descending channel, breakout, retest. Okay. Breakout, retest, held. Now we consolidate again, flag. Waiting for this next breakout to the upside. XRP. So for me personally, I like risk. I like calculated risk. I'm a professional risk taker. I'm sure some of you are. If you're investing, right, you're making informed decisions about your investing and your trading, you, my friends, are a risk taker. You're a professional risk taker. I say professional because it's calculated. We're doing some analysis. We're weighing up the pros and the cons. We're not just, you know, going to a betting shop, sticking on red or black or into a casino. No, we're being calculated here. We're not morons. So anyway, my point is, I'm a calculated man. And for me, with this technically, looks like it's going to push the upside. But I like to take the punt that Ripple are going to beat the SEC in this case, just from some of the stuff I'm reading now. I would like to take that. So maybe we'll start loading up a little bit more on XRP in anticipation that they beat the SEC. Oh, if they don't, realistically, is XRP going to go to zero? Realistically, could do. But I'd like to take that chance because there's certainly some future there and some massive upside potential with the technology, with the utility of XRP and the technology of Ripple. So yeah, I like to take the punt on this. I'd like to take the risk, the calculated risk. So yeah, expect this to explosively break out at some point as well, in my opinion. And November, oh boy, that will come around very quickly. So yeah, that's everything right now, guys. Other than that, stay lit, stay blessed. Let's get it.